Hi, Governor Doug Ducey here. Today I'm signing SB 1485. This bill is simple. It's all about election integrity. If an individual is signed up to automatically be mailed an early ballot and then stops voting entirely for a full 4 years, their county recorder will ask them if they still want to automatically be mailed a ballot. If they respond, they'll continue receiving one. If they don't respond, here's what happens. They will remain a registered voter. They can still request an early ballot, and they can also show up at the polls in person on Election Day. Compare this to California. They actually remove voters without any notice at all or opportunity to remain on the list. Our law is better and provides more accessible ballot access than California and many other places that opponents of this bill tend to point to as pillars of democracy, like New York and Washington, D.C. This change will ensure that active voters continue to receive a ballot and free up resources for county recorders to use on priorities like election security and voter education. Let's be clear. Despite all the deceptive and heated rhetoric being used by some partisan activists to lobby against this reform, not a single Arizona voter will lose their right to vote as a result of this new law. All of this is explained in my signing letter, which provides more detail on the recent history of Arizona's election laws. I've made it clear. I'm very proud of Arizona's election system, and I've been a vocal champion of it, from the state capitol to the Oval Office. Because of that, some have suggested that means I can never, ever support any improvements. That's ridiculous. If prior leaders had taken that approach, none of the improvements to our election system over the last 3 decades would have been enacted. And for reasons I don't fully understand, elsewhere in America, large corporations have decided to insert themselves into the debate over election law. My advice to them regarding this law is simple. Know what you're talking about before you say anything. These big businesses have seemed to embrace a static view of elections, freeze the systems the way they are, and view any change suspiciously. It's wrong, dead wrong. Not one of them would run their businesses that way, and that's not how we're going to run Arizona elections. I was a businessman before I ran for office. Every day we woke up trying to figure out a way to do better, to create new products, build integrity and trust, provide more efficient service, and give people a better experience. That's what Arizona has done for 3 decades. Continuous change and improvements that have made our elections safer, more responsive, and better for our citizens. And that's what 1485 does. I'm thankful to our legislature for taking their job seriously, especially Senator Michelle Ugenti Rita, and I'm proud to sign this bill into law.